The Doctorate of Humane Letters is the highest degree conferred by this university. This year, we are honoring an exceptional individual who has enriched our community, enriched the world of art and design, and enriched the world in which we live. Today, we're delighted to honor a man who the New York Times has called a chatty and approachable ambassador of fashion. Joe Zee was born in Hong Kong but moved to Toronto at the age of 2. In high school, Mr. Zee developed an avid interest in fashion magazines, which led to him moving to New York in 1990 to study at the Fashion Institute of Technology. Mr. Zee began his professional career at Allure magazine, and from there became fashion director at W magazine, then contributing editor for Details and Vanity Fair. He went on to make his mark as the creative director for the American edition of Elle magazine, one of the most widely read fashion magazines in the world. In his 20-plus year career, Mr. Zee has worked with some of the fashion world's most important image makers, including Annie Leibovitz, Jürgen Teller, and Patrick de Marchelier, and has styled brands ranging from Chanel to Banana Republic. Some of you may be familiar with Mr. Zee from his 2 Sundance TV shows, All on the Line or Revealing, or as a regular fashion and style commentator on Good Morning America and Extra. Most recently, Mr. Zee has been in the forefront as editor-in-chief of Yahoo Style, where he lends his vision and his talent to the creation of original programming and content for this digital magazine. This fall on ABC, you'll also be able to see Joe Zee as co-host to the new lifestyle-centric roundtable series called Fab Life, featuring Tyra Banks, Chrissy Teigen, and others. Let's take a moment now to witness the effect of Mr. Zee's transmedia career.
Joe Zee, he's awesome. He's so amazing.
The legendary, come on! Woo! You're it! You're the face of fashion. Are you having fun?
Joe Zee is a stylist, a journalist, and a businessman. He's someone who has changed the whole fashion industry.
Well, he's incredibly charismatic. He's very passionate about what he does.
He once said, "At the end of the day, I like to laugh. I want to be silly because it's just clothing and pretty pictures. We're not going to sit in a dark room and be serious." I love that quote.
Not only has his work ethic changed the whole fashion industry, but him incorporating how people take social medias and iPhones and computer has changed everything.
Joe Zee is amazing because...
Are you talking about Joe Zee?
Yeah, we are.
I love how he's able to tell stories through pictures and not a lot of words.
You literally just stole my line. That's what I was just about to say.
I also love how committed he is to actually telling the stories and connecting with people more than clothes.
Joe Zee made Yahoo a fashion destination. It's one of a kind now because it completely changed the way we interact with fashion on the internet.
Joe Zee is absolutely amazing. Like, it's nothing that guy cannot do.
I think he's way more than amazing.
Oh my god, like tell me about it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've seen him in entertainment. I've seen his own show. It's really incredible.
Yeah.
The way that he's done fashion right now, it's totally out there and it's something different, and I think that it's really inspiring for us people in fashion.
Yeah.
It's really great.
Joe Zee has had such an amazing career, and it's so inspirational to all of us students.
And then he's so beautiful. Oh my god. I just had to say he's beautiful.
Yeah.
So everything, he's all in one.
Joe is amazing, and if you're looking for an intern, I'm your girl.
Now, all of your most wanted tips, tricks, and insider style secrets with Yahoo Style Editor-in-Chief and fashion expert Joe Zee. Joe, are you ready to answer this week's Yahoo Style question?
I'm ready. Bring it on.
How did you become Joe Zee?
He has a great list of accomplishments, and I would love to design for him someday. I would love to work for somebody like Joe Zee.
We love him. We love you, Joe Zee.
We love you.
Oh, Joe Zee?
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Am I...
Joe Zee is like, oh man.
Joe.
I love it.
She said Joe.
Joe Zee, please rise to receive the degree of Doctorate of Humane Letters.
Joe Zee, we are profoundly moved by your contribution to the world of art and design. By virtue of the authority granted by the Charter to the Academy of Art University from the state of California, and by the powers vested in me by the governing board, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctorate of Humane Letters with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto, and thank you for your contribution to the arts.
Oops. Getting off to the right foot. Thank you, President Stevens, the Board of Directors, and of course, the distinguished faculty of the Academy of Art University. And thank you to all the graduating students, family, and friends. And for all of you that was in that video, you're hired. But thank you so much. That was such a touching video, and it meant so much to me. Hello, class of 2015. This is amazing. I love commencement. It's such an honor for me to be standing up here today to help you guys celebrate your big day. And I have to be honest and say that when Simon asked me to come speak here today and deliver today's commencement speech, my reaction initially was a mixed bag of emotions. You know, I am honored, of course, but I'm also nervous. You know, I know you're thinking, well, he always looks so, you know, at ease. He's so calm and cool and collected. So what's he talking about? Well, a commencement speech, or at least an address, is much more than just a speaking gig for me. And I didn't want to just come up here and reel off a bunch of cliches, but I wanted to actually do it right. And so, of course, my initial reaction was being nervous, but it was also excitement and fear and exhilaration and anxiety, but most of all, a sense of responsibility. And then I soon realized, and this sort of happened around that second glass of wine that I had to help me calm down, that I was really just feeling what all of you are really feeling today. And I know, because I have been each and every single one of you. Some of you may see me as the editor-in-chief of Yahoo Style or the former Elle creative director, while some may think of me as a celebrity stylist, a clothing designer, a red carpet commentator, or maybe even just that guy on a reality show. But to me, you know what? I still see myself as that wide-eyed kid, a little cocky, full of questions, who ventured to New York City 25 years ago with my dad and my grandmother in an old station wagon jammed with everything I owned and a vision. I was feisty and I was determined. I knew exactly what I was going to do. I was going to get there and I was going to be a magazine editor, sure and simple. There was no backup plan, there was no alternative, and there was certainly no ride home. So I thought, well, you know what? That's easy. I just have to move to New York, I'll go to fashion school, I'll get some experience, and everything will fall into place. Not so fast. That first week I got to New York, I learned all about obstacles, perseverance, and finding solutions. So when the internship office at that school told me and I couldn't actually apply for one until my senior year, I said, screw it, okay, I'll hit the pavement on my own. And I wrote letters on a typewriter to editors whose names I found on mastheads, and I followed up with endless phone calls until all those no's became, well, a yes, or at the very least a maybe. Or the fact that I even took control of a relatively inactive and considerably dull school newspaper by assuming the roles of editor, publisher, copy chief, stylist, and delivery boy. I mean, those solutions proved to be successful for me. And that's what I want to actually talk to you guys about today. The thing that we're all after, success, that double rainbow, that big ice cream sundae in the sky with the extra whipped cream, the feeling of being psyched every single morning to start your day. Success for me was never about the number of followers you have, the business card with your name on it, or even really that weekly paycheck. It was about being proud. Proud of seeing your ideas come to life as a living, breathing thing. Does my work impact people? Did it make a difference? I do consider myself a success because I love what I do. I'm enthusiastic about every single project I get to be a part of, no matter if it's glamorous or not. I love it so much that I'm often fall asleep, no joke, with my phone mid-text in my hand, trying to send out that one last idea for the day. And being able to do what you love is the greatest thing in the world, whether it's starting a family or a YouTube empire. Because that isn't easy. It requires a true, unflinching self-examination, and that is one of the hardest things in the world to do. And I did it following 3 very simple ideals. Okay, here you go. 1, do you. Hashtag best advice I ever got. No joke. I mean, I'm telling you, nothing is really worth it if it doesn't allow you to be you. Not what you think someone wants from you or who someone thinks you should be. And this is what your next handful of years in your life should be all about, being you. 2, no limits. Don't limit yourself. I was told by a reporter blogger recently that I was a risk-taking slashy, someone who has multiple careers happening simultaneously. And they're right. Even though I like to think of myself as just pursuing all these passions I love, and I do commit probably way too much to everything I'm excited about, but I've also learned in recent years to also say yes to things that scare the crap out of me and things that confuse me. And they've always ended up being incredibly great adventures. We're all blank slates. The possibilities for your futures are endless, infinite. It's the detours that are going to make your life all the more interesting. And 3, okay, number 3. Now this one seems really easy, but it's actually not. And believe me, it actually makes all the difference. 3, be nice and have fun. And I'm serious about this one, and you can ask my staff. And it sounds like a piece of cake, right? Well, you remember that the next time during those difficult moments when the stress becomes too much and you want to snap, just remind yourself to have fun. Now, this big picture exists for me in all these ideals, and we go straight to the heart of this funny, serious, and amazing puzzle called existence. One indisputable fact remains. Tomorrow is not promised. Life is not lived on the horizon. It is not what you someday hope to do, nor does it just exist on Twitter or Instagram or Snapchat or Periscope. It's what you're doing right now. It's going out tonight to celebrate your graduation. It's leaving this college campus to follow your dreams. It's working for hours on something you love just to get it right. It's hearing that one song that makes you want to get up and jump up and down, and it is every tiny moment of every single day, and that's where happiness lies. I love finishing an all-nighter at Yahoo Style at 5 a.m., getting an hour's sleep, and then heading to Rockefeller Center to be a guest on the Today Show at 7 a.m. I mean, I love every single second I get to work in the fashion industry and win traded for the world. But now it's up to you all. Go out and find your own version of success and go after it with all your heart. Enjoy every second, because that's what this is all about. Now, all of you will leave here today with different plans and different dreams, but keep this in mind. Be open, be passionate, and be curious. I always knew what I wanted to do. My plan was specific, my career route was clearly mapped out from the very beginning, and I had all my details organized. And I'm happy to say none of it worked out the way I planned. It actually worked out so much better. And I remember discussing this very point with one of my professors, a curmudgeon of a man, but he was full of insight and wisdom. And I was so devastated at not getting a specific job after graduation. And he said to me, well, Joe, you go ahead and make that plan for your life, but then throw it away. At that time, I was so confused, but in hindsight, Professor Hyde was actually right. He has since passed, but his advice has always stayed with me. Define your path, but be prepared for, and actually, in fact, you know what? Go look for and embrace all those detours and side roads, and prove all those doubters wrong along the way. I had someone tell me after graduation that I would never be an editor at a women's fashion magazine because I was neither blonde nor a woman, and yet I did it multiple times. Yeah, big mistake, huge. And after my first television appearance, a talent agent in LA told me I would never get a TV show because I was, quote unquote, too Asian. And he was Asian. Well, this fall, I will be the first ever male Asian daytime talk show host on a major television network. So you know what? I've turned challenges into advantages, hurdles into goals, and rejection was actually my motivation. And those naysayers became my champions. They just didn't know it. So I have no idea where you're all headed after today or what impact you'll have in life. But I do know this. Whatever it is you do it with conviction, do it with passion, and do it with curiosity. Take chances, risk, reap rewards. Embrace your failures and celebrate your accomplishments because you can do it. I know, I did it. Okay, now for all of you out there who think I may have left out that one serious philosophical remark in this speech, I'd like to leave you with this quote from a well-known philosopher who the young women on my staff tell me speaks the truth. Her name is Nicki Minaj, and she says, "Live in the present, that gift is for the gifted, this is what you came for. You know what you buy, this is what you pay for, so make sure the stars are what you aim for." Good luck in all that you do. Academy of Art University graduating class of 2015.